determination, and the aspirations of the class of 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Gustavo and Sarah.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Braganza, Mrs. Nashman-Smith, faculty, parents, guests, and most importantly, class of 2013. Welcome. Before we start, we would like to thank you all for being here this evening, and thank our classmates who have entrusted us with this difficult task of delivering a graduation speech.
Congratulations, class of 2013. We made it. We made it ashore.
You're walking down the beach, with your toes gently touching the sand, and your feet feeling the cold sea water. As you look into the great, violent blue ocean ahead of you, you decide to go in for a swim, but soon enough, waves drag you in away from the shore and you are engulfed by salty water, a few seconds away from drowning. You panic, scream for help at the top of your lungs, and a nearby surfer drags you onto his board, takes you near to the shore, where the lifeguard takes you back to the safety of dry land. These past 12 years have been in a few ways similar to that walk on the beach. As we started our long journey back as cute little kids in first grade, I remember my main worry derived from the fact that nobody was stopping the antelope stampede about to kill Mufasa in The Lion King.
While I'm worried about what I'd be having for lunch that day.
That has never changed, son. The point is, life was pretty simple back then, or at least we see it that way in hindsight. We were simply careless little munchkins, taking a walk on the beach, enjoying the peaceful times of elementary school. However, as we entered middle school, we were now slowly going into the water. And I'll admit it was scary. But nothing was as scary as the dragon, which was the IB diploma, which we finally encountered in our last 2 years of high school. Something which we initially thought could be easily handled with was now throwing us into sheer panic. We were sure that we were only seconds away from drowning. The fear of failure, of not getting into good universities, overcame some of us, but somehow we were able to get by. Actually, not just somehow. As we screamed for help during those stressful days, our teachers were promptly there to help us. Just as a surfer, in the extended metaphor. Our teachers were ready to pick us up whenever we fell, give us words of encouragement, and showed us that we were much better than the IB. That we could easily get through this program, and well, here we are today. Our teachers showed us that we, class of 2013, we are unstoppable. Finally, one last person remains in this analogy. The lifeguard, who finally was able to bring us back to shore. And those are our parents. Where would we be without our parents? Well, knowing most of the grade and knowing myself, we'd probably still be asleep every morning, rather than coming to school at 7:30 in the morning. Well, but most importantly, our parents have been our support system, and the ones who have had the biggest influence in making us who we are today. You, quite literally, have been our lifeguards.
I remember the nights my mom would stay up with me, giving me warm tea, and simply being there for me. I remember my father's words of advice and encouragement when I was lacking motivation. We are here because of your love and your efforts for us. And we cannot express in words how much we love you and thank you for being who you are. Our parents will remember us countless times in the course of the day when we're going to be occupied with other work. But I assure you, we will not forget the sacrifices that you have made for us. While we leave the safe havens of our homes to enter new, exciting places, we know that you are also letting go of us, letting go of a part of you. And you will continue to worry and care for us in the same way that you always have. But you know that we must find our own way now. And even though you may want to, you cannot always help pull us back to shore.
Our parents pushed us to move ahead, to take risks and forge our own paths. We take their sacrifices for granted, and you know, I often do. We often forget how they poured everything into us, and they have always been there with unconditional love and support. Graduation speech would not be complete without a loud and clear thank you to our teachers, and as some of us used to say as kids, a thank you this big to our parents.
When Gustavo and I sat down, we tried to think of a common theme that unites our grade. However, that's when we realized that what really brought us together were our differences, a huge component of the real world that we're about to enter. Even between the both of us, while Gustavo was born halfway across the world in southern Brazil, I'm an Indian born right here in Oman. We all have our own stories, and it's sharing them that brings us together. Both individually and collectively, our grade has been unique in every sense of the word. From our physical appearance to our cultural values and ethics, our differences have united us in creating a dynamic and vibrant group of people. We throw the word diverse around all the time, constantly using it and praising its implications. However, it is not only being part of a diverse environment, but learning from it and knowing how to move past differences with others that is the real achievement of diversity. We are global citizens, and the world we're about to enter, we're always going to face differences, not only in the very basic form of nationality and ethnicity, but also in ways of thinking and viewing the world.
We know that it's fairly obvious to say that each graduating class is different from those previous to it. However, this uniqueness has never held so true prior to the class of 2013. Above all, I think the main fact to point out is that after years of praying for some heavy rain to cancel school, we finally got it, though I'm fairly certain that we are the first and hopefully last ones to get it on our special last day of school. But as Sarah has already said, our class has many differences. And these differences are what make our group unique. We all have different types of interests and personalities in this group. And although this might sometimes clash with one another, it is also what sets us apart from other groups. And today, we witness the beginning of 53 different stories that will most definitely go in very different ways. Class of 2013, I am truly glad that we did not fall into the trap of becoming like each other. And I urge you to keep on being this way in the future. As one of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss, once said, "Today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you."
As we tried to reach the shore, battling the waves and trying to push ahead, we often forgot to admire the expansive ocean around us. We didn't always appreciate the serenity in the sea, the moments we were afloat and immersed in the experience. But we will miss this. We see each other every day. We have shared laughs and we have shared sorrows. We always speak eagerly of moving on to the next stage of our lives, university, and beginning our real lives in the real world. I remember saying many times, as I'm sure all of us up here have at one point, I just can't wait to graduate. Well, it's here. It's now. And I know, even as I speak, my peers are probably thinking about their plans for after graduation, what our diplomas actually look like, or in my case, what flavor the cake is going to be at our dinner. But this time will also pass. The ceremony will be over, we will have received our diplomas, and yes, I will have eaten a lot of cake. But this is the last time that we'll be standing here together. And I'd like to capture this moment. Capture our intensity, our curiosity, and our enthusiasm for what lies ahead. Because many times, it is this exact energy that we lose in our lives. But I sincerely hope, class of 2013, that we don't lose this energy. Soon, all of us will, inshallah, go our separate ways. Most of us will advance to university, others will take a gap year, but the years will rush by us. So stop for a second in all your rush and admire this moment. Admire the precious present. We have lived in a bubble. The world our parents and we have created for ourselves is very much shielded from what the outside world looks like. Let's speak about that outside world we so often allude to when we say, we haven't even entered the real world yet. What is this world we speak of? Is it freedom? Is it independence? I can't tell you what that world is, but isn't it the ambiguity that makes it exciting? We'll pave our own paths. But I do hope, just like all of us do up here, that I'll manage without my mom's cooking, or that I won't miss home. But we know that we'll face hurdles. We know we'll face that, and as a friend once said to me, we're all in the same boat. We're all going through this experience together, and that is also what unites us. Some may drift casually through the sea, and others will try hard to stay afloat. We will meet hurdles, but I know that we will succeed.
You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. I know, Dr. Seuss again. Friends, although the sea may be rough, be sure to stop and admire the rare times of calm and serenity. We can battle the overwhelming waves. When at times we feel like we are drowning, we may not always have someone taking us up on a surfboard or a lifeguard pulling us onto the shore.
So dive into the ocean of your lives. Take the plunge and you'll find your way. Because, class of 2013, we are unstoppable. Thank you.
I can tell you for a fact, this group is absolutely unstoppable. Thank you so much, Sarah and Gustavo. What a wonderful way to start the journey, the next journey of your lives. Great words of inspiration. Each year I reflect upon the uniqueness of the graduating class, and I begin early on to think of different songs that resonate in terms of a belief that I hope will continue to propel them to take the risks that we believe and a graduate of ABA needs to have the faith in themselves. And when one door opens, when one door closes, to always remember that another door will open. This year, I asked Alicia Gallivan, who was selected earlier this year to perform in Carnegie Hall in New York in February with a student orchestra, to sing Leanne Warmick's I Hope You Dance in honor of our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, Alicia Gallivan.
Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making.